kind of talk about the things that went wrong and went right. There's
Mm.
some that you'll probably like immediately remember.
It's gonna be easier to say what went right because the so short.
Yeah, I mean, there's like some things like standing inside minions and getting hit by every Luxie, right? Like,
Ah,
yeah,
oh
that's.
my god, this is the quality you had. Oh shit. I'm sorry, man.
Oh no, this is fine for me. I said the same like the session before this with another student, and he was like, "Yeah, sorry, I could only upload at 480p on YouTube." I'm like, "Man, I fucking coached on 144p."
Like
Or
that's so
I think he
sad.
said 360, but like the video itself like was like 720p. It was like complete lie. But no, this is no issue for me. Only
Mm.
thing I need to see is like the champions and the minions vaguely, and like minimap is fine for me. Like I don't need to see this anyways. The only annoying thing is this, where I can't see these numbers well, but that's fine. Super basic concept lane, get 2 auto attacks ahead of your opponent. You see how your like the positionings that you're walking into in lane are super strange.
So
Um, yeah, go
would
ahead.
you say I'm like I'm not knowing. I mean, I wasn't playing to buckets. Like here, I realized, like watching back, definitely I should be positioning next to the front minions. I mean, am I right?
So where your mouse is right now is a pretty good place. So where your mouse
Okay.
is, and then a little bit more forward. I think that's a great place. Where your mouse is a great place as well, right? Like wave one isn't necessarily where we want to trade right now, because if we're trading on wave one, it gets very difficult to keep that 2 auto attack lead, right? Because often our Q is going to go through minions, and then all of a sudden it hit like 4 minions, and we have a 6 auto attack lead, right? That's why we don't trade on wave one, because we don't want to get random leads that are huge that force us into certain routes, right? It's something we talk about a ton of the time. Because
Okay.
why
Essen-
why do we get only 2 to 3 auto attacks ahead?
because we don't want the wave to push too fast. Like we want to keep it in
Right.
the middle, but have this change the windows when minions die. When my minions die sooner, so I have a window to trade on them properly.
Yes, exactly, right. We want to get a time where we hit level 2 where the enemies haven't hit level 2 yet, which we get by getting some auto attacks ahead. Well, 1 auto attack's too little. We can't do anything with that. 2 auto attacks pretty great. 3 auto attacks is amazing. In general, 3 auto attacks tends to be more secure. However, you'll find in some matchups that 2 auto attacks is necessary, but it's not too important. You can just pick either 3 or 2 auto attacks and do that every game. Um,
Can I just return to one thing? You
yes,
said not trading in level one. Like, should I apply this in most of my games to make
yes,
it more consistent?
yes,
Okay, that's
yes.
something I wasn't doing.
Yeah, so again, like the reason why is if we trade, we're gonna get 4 auto attacks ahead. Why is 4 auto attacks ahead bad? Is because like the reason why this is good is because we're hitting level 2 before our opponents, and preferably in a lane state like this, right? If the second wave arrives in a lane state like this, and we're standing somewhere here, and we're hitting level 2, we can just go on our opponent and we always win.
Hmm,
Guaranteed.
okay. Okay.
We either
But
kill them
I
through an
still don't want
all-in,
to.
really chunk them. So yeah, go ahead.
But when I'm going all in, I still don't want to hit the minions, or it doesn't matter at that point.
At that point, it doesn't matter
Okay.
because we already hit level 2. Why is it bad to push super fast? Because if we hit like because if we push really fast, the minion wave might be here, right?
And we're extended, right?
I mean, where like
In that, in
let's
that.
just let's just ignore jungles right now, the junglers right now. But yes, you're
Okay.
right. If the minions are here and you're hitting level 2, your enemy's just gonna stand in the tower and be safe. And then everything you did level 1 doesn't matter. Your enemy's just safe in a tower. You can't abuse your advantage even if you're standing here, right?
Yeah, like this is one thing I also need to make a standard habit. Like it matters so much level one, and everything builds from that.
Yeah. So the opposite as well, right? If Lux would use her E on this wave, we're just like, oh, okay, you're like 6 auto attacks ahead of me right now. I'm just gonna sit back and last hit. because this wave will be here by the time you're hitting level 2, and then what are you going to do about it? It's going to be terrible for you, right? So if our enemies fuck up in this, we can just let them fuck up. So either we're going to be 2 auto attacks ahead and we're maintaining that, or 3, just choose one, stick to it. You mentioned 2, so we'll use 2. There's a lot of advanced stuff in this, we'll go over it way later, but there's reason to go for 2 or 3 depending on matchup, depending on like a lot of things, depending on like how abusive you want to be in regards to your opponent, stuff like that. Um, yeah, that's doesn't really matter. We'll just pick 2 or 3, whichever you prefer.
Okay, just one thing.
Yeah,
Like you said, if the enemy pushes, then I just sit back.
yeah, right.
I, I
Because
I don't even try to match it. I
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay, you fucked up. That's
Yes,
new.
exactly, right. Because if you fuck up, the enemy can do the same, right? Like,
Okay.
what would happen if you fuck up and you're like 5 auto attacks ahead? What would be? You're like, ah, oh, fuck, this is so bad. Now it's just gonna push into the tower and I can't abuse this. What would be the perfect thing for Lux to do right now? As in, like, what do you dream or hope this Lux does to like fix your mistake?
Yeah, just hit the way back like you
Yeah,
did.
hit the wave back, right? So if Lux autos it and makes it into 3, you're like, yes, thank you. I fucked up so bad, but thank you. Now it's good again, right?
Holy shit, I've never really thought of it. Like my mindset was the first, like for the most part, I just wanted to push in and then let the wave bounce, and only then I would start thinking about how to punish.
Hmm.
This is completely different. Okay.
Yeah. So wave 1, I'm just forbidding you from like trading just because there is so much like tiny stuff in this, and if you're gonna trade wave 1, there's too much at the same time that you won't be able to do everything at once, right?
And I'm gonna be inconsistent because of
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly, right? So we're not gonna trade wave 1 just because it's gonna mess up the waves a lot of times. We're gonna trade from like wave 2 onwards.
Gotcha. So essentially, at some point, okay, but right now just focus on
Hmm. Hmm.
level, like
Hmm.
getting level two. That's all. It doesn't
Hmm.
matter if I'm playing into range. It doesn't matter if I'm playing into
Yes,
melee.
yes.
Always level two.
Yeah, if you're playing against melee, and if you're playing against melee, something you can do is do 1 auto attack, and from that point on, if that guy tries to get close, show him who's boss. Right?
Okay,
Like if a fucking I don't know, like
Karina, usually Karina.
yeah, if Katarina comes up and tries to auto the minion wave, like she cannot auto the minion wave. That is just not okay. Yeah.
Then you get these two auto attacks or how many with
Yeah,
your Q
yeah,
damage,
exactly,
and
exactly.
then
That
your you have okay,
yeah.
okay.
So like versus melees, it's a bit different. You can punish them way harder, even like wave 1, but that's a bit complex. Yeah. But in general, like right now, we're super far ahead. This is great. You could argue we're maybe a little bit too far ahead, especially with that auto, but I think it's fine. I think
I
it's
think it
really.
was a
I think
misclick,
it's.
honestly.
Hmm?
It was a misclick. I'm pretty sure. I didn't
Possibly.
want to auto attack.
But yeah, that E almost hit you as well, but you walked out of the way. Like right now, it's looking really great for us. We're a little bit far ahead. We moved a bit far forward, which wasn't really necessary. And like if you look at our wave position right now, it's not the best, but it's pretty great for us, right? So now,
Essentially, I would want it to be like straight on the middle, as it was on the start,
yeah, I
right?
mean honestly, this is pretty ideal. The
Okay.
only thing like in regards to your positioning, you might see that moving like this is looking really rough, right? Because like this area is so cramped with minions, right?
So maybe it would be better just move on bot side right now.
Yeah, so like ideally we would be standing right here right now because there's all this freedom for us to walk over, right?
I I don't know what is really my what is I thinking.
I mean, you
Maybe
don't need to
we'll
explain.
I'm
don't,
just
yeah.
trying to figure out like the reason why I would do something. I think like generally I even had this feeling it's not right, but I still did it nevertheless.
Yeah, so again, I think a lot of things that you do will be done unintentionally.
Hmm.
So like I think right now the reason why you're standing here opposed to here is because you're kind of playing on autopilot or your brain is focusing on trying to do certain things constantly that I'm telling you to do. Again, like I'm in your ears, I'm constantly telling you what to do, I'm telling you all these things. It's very difficult to do to listen, to play, to CS well, to get the timings down, look at Lux, look at yourself. That's just difficult. So you're gonna fuck up, right? But yeah, of course, right now you would much rather be here because then we can just auto this minion down, and then once it's low, we're just gonna go on Lux, and that's it,
Hit
right?
level 2, get a good
Yeah.
trade.
So like
Yeah.
even now, if we want it, we could like walk a bit down. Even this, it's like okay right now. This click here is not great. Like, you see how we're moving back, even though we're hitting level 2 first.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
that's not great. We don't need to walk back. We're hitting level 2 first. We kind of got fucked by RNG here, where this melee minion rushed into her, and there's this like thing where you can get level 2 with 6 minions if you get a melee of the second wave. Um, Normally it's like first wave plus a melee, but it's
Hmm.
actually um,
Yeah, you
5
get
minions
99.
plus a melee. Yeah. So
Yeah,
like
that's why
one,
if you get
yeah,
a ward, you also hit level 2
yeah,
first.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, so she hits level 2 here, and you see like how we wasted our advantage here, right? We could have
But
hit something on her, but we missed it, and now we still hit a Q for no reason. Do you see how
that
this Q hit for no reason?
that should not have fit. Like if she was good, she would. If
Yeah,
she, yeah, she would just dodge.
yeah.
This I'm basically I'm in my elo because I'm an RNG player.
Yeah, these types of trades I like to call RNG trades. Because, I mean, this specific one is a really obvious one. Mm.
It's just I'm doing it because I've been rewarded so many times because my enemy is
Yes.
actually so bad.
Yeah, and like, again, like, your opponents will not punish this stuff. Um, Let me see if I did record that. It would be amazing if I did record that. Um, because I think I played 1v1s against Ilodere, and if I recorded those, then that might be a good way to show as well. Because that's something I did against him a lot of the time.
Uh,
Channel, yes. Video. Oh, not supposed to go there because all of this is just a ruse for the actual videos. Like
uh,
these are not even close. All of that is hidden.
yeah,
Sorry if it loads long. It's just my laptop does not like to screen share, record, and do internet at the same time. While this loads, we'll talk about it further. But yeah, there are things which you can do to like even dodge things that seem like they're gonna get guaranteed response. Again, you see this Q? She didn't need to auto attack a minion yet. Just fucking wait. You see? This minion wasn't even in auto attack range. Look what's happening. Look what's gonna happen. You saw that? She was forced to stand there and auto attack. Again, you see these moments? You see how this is late?
yeah, yeah.
Right?
I do like pretty much what I'm seeing here is I should be focusing to trade when she's auto attacking because okay, I might have hit the damage here, but if I'm hitting it when she's about to trade, then she's gonna be afraid to trade. I mean,
Yeah.
afraid to CS.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, this yeah,
Yeah,
it's obvious to me honestly, but
yeah,
I'm not doing
so
it.
in a way, what we're training, right? Stage 1 is learning you how to look for the minions that are getting low, right? This is stage 1. And being aware of this threat, right? This is stage
Uh-huh.
1. We see the minions that we need to last hit, and we're making sure we don't die. Stage 2 is applying the same thing to our opponent. I'll change color. Are you colorblind in any way?
No.
Okay, I'll use pink. She wants to do this, this, and this, right?
Mm-hmm.
The different, like this, like these lines are basically the added things we need to be aware of during stage 2. So this is the
Okay.
addition. Stage 1 is just the red lines. Stage 2 is both.
Interesting. Yeah, if when you put it that way. I think with me, for the most part, it is that I just need to like really, really simplify the concept. Then once it clicks, it just makes everything so easier.
Yeah, of course. Because like essentially what we want to do is whenever she's gonna go for this minion, right? She's just gonna auto attack it. When she does, we want to be in a position where we can hit her. In this case, ideally, it would be here. Here would be fine. Here in the minions would be fine because her E's on cooldown, but it's not ideal. I'd say like this place or this place would be ideal. This one
Like I
right now is
wanna
more ideal because you get like non minion through. Yeah, go ahead.
pretty much what I need to take in factor is that I'm standing outside I mean her range minions, and at the same time I need to take care. I mean, be careful that I don't
This
get hit by abilities that will hit minions and me at the same time.
here are 1v1s. Ah, wait, this is studio. I should go because this I can't remember if it happened here as well. As I don't, I'm not sure if we did go into 1v1s here, and if it did, if I recorded them. But that's basically the same concept there, which I'll go into a bit more. But yeah, this like you see this main here.
It's about to die. I
Yeah,
need
exactly
to.
right. Like this is the concept we're going for, and like you see this Q by Lux.
This is random. Like
Yeah, it's completely random, right? Like that's
I
something
should
we.
have dodged.
Yeah, yeah. Like again, like yes, you should have dodged that, but you know, I don't blame you for not dodging that because there's a lot of things to focus on at the same time. But yes, you should dodge that because
Like
yeah. Go ahead.
when I'm playing with Lux, it's not even hard. It's just that I get hit by random cues.
Mhm.
Okay, and right now I'm starting to realize how bad my positioning was, and probably the other games when I think about it as well.
Mhm. Because like Lux is throwing out shit like this. Just
Tell me when
it does
you're
not make
playing.
sense. Um,
If you want to see,
that we have here as
just so you
well.
can.
I can't remember. I don't think we did. Ah, okay. This was one where, yeah, this was one that was annoying because it didn't record another part. This is melee versus range. Did we do range? I'm pretty sure we did range versus range, like at a certain point. Did we? Ah, you're joking me. We didn't. Fuck me. But yeah, in regards to um, yeah, in regards to like general punishment, what you're trying to do is you're trying to just make sure, like versus melee basically, you're trying to make sure that this guy doesn't come close to you. You see how there's like always some zoning, and if she wants to go for this CS, you always like move in and punish, right? You're not getting that for free. You want to go for this minion, that's not okay. I'm scaring you away. This is like what you can do versus melee. And like in this case, this is like more of a showcase of how you can play against melee if they like keep walking into you, because they shouldn't be allowed to. Before is something that might help show how the RNG trading could be bad, playing the most random champions. I think the Irelia here might be useful in some way, but like if Oriana, for example, isn't punishing you constantly, you can just like you see how I'm walking through the melees, like I should not be allowed to walk there. That shouldn't be
Yeah,
a thing, right? If I'm walking in here, this is like me testing if Oriana is able to like do something against me. I'm like, okay, apparently she
like
isn't,
yeah,
right?
this is like exactly what I do when I'm playing in a melee. I mean,
Yeah,
when I'm
like
playing
here,
Aurelia,
like this is even like
testing
a
it.
huge miss. Like I tried to click on this minion, but it
Yeah,
went to Oriana. I'm like, well, fuck. But like you see this, and I'm like, okay, like
she
I
didn't
should
even get
never be
anything.
standing here. You see how I'm auto attacking and how I get the lead in minions now. Like what the fuck is going on? I'm just like, well, this game is gonna be free. Which like partially because Oriana's always standing next to the minions and like allowing me to do this stuff like for free, and I don't know why. I think I even get a kill here for no reason. But like a lot of the things here that is
It
being
could have
done.
been prevented, right? By
Oh,
simply her.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But like a lot of things that I do here as well, in like regards to like my movement, right, is to kind of like bait her response, kind of like see what she's gonna do. You see how I clicked in her like how like you see how I clicked here like 3 times and immediately clicked back. Like that click right there into this click basically makes Aurelia's face look like it's gonna move this way, which prompts a response because this is like exactly Oriana's range and immediate clicking back, trying to bait some type of ability, trying to like get her to like get me somehow, try to do something, just doesn't. This comes more forward with the Fizz clip, I think, where this guy finally understands a little bit what he's supposed to do. Um, and you see like this is already like a huge difference in positioning. Actually punishes me. Wow, great. See, there's like already a huge difference from Oriana. Stands further back here. I'm like, okay, you're gonna throw out a Q. So I'll like fake that I'm walking in here and walk back. Barely miss the thing. But like you see how this is like a random Q, right?
Mhm.
Where
You
if
could have
I
easily dodged.
click slightly better, you can dodge this. Like if this click is like a click back, then yeah, I was like one click too late. Or like this click's bad and like this click is too late. If I did like, or this click is bad. Anyways, there's like 2 or 3 clicks that are bad, which barely get me hit by this Q, right? Like, but otherwise, her Q's on cooldown now, and I can just walk up to the minions and CS. Same thing can happen with you. Right? It's that type of stuff. Where that's the reason why RNG trades can be so bad because there's so many things you can do against them. And like right now, you're super low because you just got hit by 1,000 minions attacks, got hit by 1,000 E's, just constantly standing next to minions, walking into every Q that Lux throws. Like yeah, it's gonna be rough. You see this? Like, this is sad. Like yes,
She got
you.
it for free.
I mean, technically she used W now, but you didn't force her to use W. She was just scared of you, so used it anyways. If you walked up and you got a free W out of it, great job. You know. Now she doesn't have W for the next minion. Make sure she don't get, you see, like, we can just get free trades. We don't need to always use W because we always use W. You see, we're getting out of mana.
Mhm.
It's also why a lot of like Oriana one tricks go Q into E in many matchups. Let's not look at this clown. Talking about you, by the way. No joking.
I got hit with that.
And to be fair, like you should not have gotten hit. Like I don't even know why you're standing here. Like why the fuck aren't you standing up here? I don't know, man. What the fuck are you trying? And there as well, you like walked up to dodge it from upwards, even though if you just clicked down once, you would have guaranteed dodged it. I was like, man, okay, I see.
Yeah, like I think what happened here is I was talking
Also,
to.
just take a look at like just look at the minimap right now. Just right now, look at the minimap. Keep looking.
Okay, he's dead. I mean, they
No,
did
no,
drag
no,
it.
no just keep looking.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds nearly.
You're like, oh shit. I'm like, man, that guy was kind of on the map for a bit.
He was even standing in the bush for like a second, not
Yes.
knowing if.
So again, like this QW, it's RNG. If we just get like it's hits, great job. If we just get the E out, good enough for us.
Okay, interesting.
We got both, which is amazing, but like we can just wait for the moment. We don't need to constantly push ourselves to this. We don't need to make it a contest of who can dodge better or who can RNG better, right? Because like something like that, what's Lux gonna do about that? If you can do this skill better than her, it's not even about who's better in regards to like anything else, right? It's about who can do the skill better.
Like literally, if you just focus on every minion, they're just gonna get low. They won't know what to do.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you even counterplay when somebody does this against you?
You're better than them. You have to be better than
There's
them.
there's
That's
no
the only thing.
counterplay.
Well,
Exactly. I mean, except that.
you have to be better than them. You have to bait them into RNG trades. You have to somehow be smart with wave manipulation. You need to bait them in certain things, or like just accept the fact that it's gonna happen, right? Like, yes, it sucks to use a spell for a minion, but like if you know your opponent's gonna punish you for a minion if you don't use the spell, like, you know, it can be fine to trade mana or HP to get a minion. So there's like champions like Echo, for example, who's obnoxious as fuck. But like Echo will trade HP and mana, just permanently throwing Q on the wave, making sure to like get as little poke damage as possible, or like take fucking HP damage. I've got 3 crafting potion stacks. I've got ulti. I've got TP. Try to kill me. I'll just push in the wave constantly. I'll go base again. I'll go push in the wave again. Try to kill me. Try to kill me. You're not gonna. Stuff like that could be like an opportunity, like a way to like soft counter it. But I mean, in essence, like, what's the counter to CSing? you know, what's the counter to CSing? Like, oh man, this guy's just gonna get perfect CS every game. What the fuck? How can I
Sure.
beat that? What's the counter? You're like, well, you just need to make sure you get perfect CS as well. That's the thing. It's not that difficult. This, yeah, who's better? Who's gonna like counter this? Yeah, the guy that does this better. Or like,
Yeah.
if you mess up, that's how you lose, right? If you overextend and walk into their abilities, if you walk into an all-in that they're gonna win. There's a lot of ways to fuck up, which is why this is so difficult. Or like in a situation like this, it's all of a sudden super hard to trade really well without one, the jungler coming in, and two, just like trading in general without getting a tower onto you. It's really difficult. Like right, like this position is so much more awkward than a position where you're next to your tower. If you're next to your tower, you can all of a sudden like zone her off of XP if she's bad. You can do so many things. Okay, this flash is fine. I was just thinking this flash might not have been necessary because Lux didn't have Q or E anymore.
Yeah, I
It
agree with you.
honestly
Like
doesn't
that.
matter that much.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, it's just from bad past experience. Then I die for no reason, and they just.
yeah, no, I mean, it doesn't matter that much. Yeah, and then all of this stuff happens. But overall, like, the concept will be the same, right?
Hmm.
And the important thing here is as well, like, let's say you're playing against Lux and all she does is just E the wave from max range. That's good for you because that means she's gonna miss CS. She can't forever E the wave. It's impossible, right? Like, yeah, she's gonna E the wave again. And like, you see how you're always on this side? You can just walk around it. It's fine. You don't need to be safe for this thing. You can just be here, right?
Okay.
And like that one was with auto attack again. Like, let's see what happens now. I think we're basing here anyways, but like this is the concept.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
again, like this is just something you should be doing on every champion if possible. Some champions have way better tools to do this than others, right? Like Oriana
Oriana is
has really
perfect.
good tools for it. Syndra has really good tools for it. Or Annie has really good tools. Lux, pretty bad tools for it, right? Like, what's Lux gonna do? Throw out E every like 12 seconds? Ooh, that's gonna
Like,
hurt me so much.
yeah, well, like if you like this past 10 seconds when I actually did the concept right, and I already got her to like 50% HP, I think.
Yep. And that's with her having crafting potion, right? And even in lane, right? Like, and in regards to like goals, because you mentioned goals as well, what we're gonna be looking for here is punishing one minion every wave. And punishing here can mean one of three things. We talked about this. Um,
Like you need to either she loses the CS,
yeah,
I get HP advantage, or she uses
yeah,
ability.
the three ways. Which is either like,
Everything's a win.
yeah, because this is all good for us, right? The best for us would be they lose CS.
Hmm. Okay,
This is the best for us, weirdly enough. This one feels the best.
but it doesn't necessarily mean a lot.
Yeah, but like this one means we're getting ahead, right?
Yeah.
And like this is the entire reason why we're doing this. Because they can trade HP for gold, they can trade mana for gold, but at a certain point they can't trade anything anymore, so they just have to lose the gold. That's why we're doing this. We're trying to make people lose gold while still getting the gold ourselves, right? And that's the entire concept here. And yeah, hitting them will feel the best, but the best option is always them missing CS. So if we're versus Xerath and he queues us. Well, that means he doesn't have Q on the wave anymore, and he's just gonna miss like 4 minions for free. Hell yeah, you know. And if
Mhm.
we dodge that Q, like how broken is that? He just misses like half a wave, and he didn't even get you. He used mana and CD as well. Obviously, that doesn't matter as much when he has like lost chapter or stuff, but man, that is big.
Yeah, like these small wins, I need to get this feel for it
Yeah.
and how to punish them.
Yeah, and like again, like this goal is for basic competency. However, we find that when students of ours get competent at this goal, how it looks is that they at like every minion that gets low,
They try to
they're
punish.
what they might not try to punish, but their champion looks forward or looks in this direction, which means their clicks are anywhere in this range, while often while you're playing, your clicks are in this range when a minion gets low, right?
Hmm.
They're
Okay.
like maybe not that range, but like
Yeah, I mean, I
yeah,
know what you
this
mean.
right,
Like
yeah,
I'm
like
playing back when I should be
mm-hmm.
pushing. I mean, not
Or like
pushing, just
this click right
playing
here doesn't make much sense either, right? Like where are you going?
into a bad position so I can get hit by Harry.
Well, yeah, that for sure. Like a click right here would be fine. Click right here would be fine. This guy's walking real close to you, so like clicking here into like auto QW because this guy is just like he's asking for it at this point. It's not even like a moment. He's just like this is like guaranteed material. It's not like max range or anything. Like, okay, now it's a more reasonable position. Okay, let's look at it. Let's look at it. See these two minions. What's gonna happen? Most likely she's gonna E this. What? What's this? Let's see if
Hmm,
we dodge it. Hell yeah, we dodged it. Why are we clicking here?
no clue, I guess.
Yeah, like yeah, again, like that's fine. You don't need to
I actually don't know.
right? So like I'm asking a rhetorical question here. Like you don't need to
Right,
answer.
right,
You
right.
don't have an answer.
Okay, okay, okay.
There's no reason to click here. Like absolutely no reason. But like this is what we see, right? Lux wants to get that one. Lux wants to get that one. What do we want to do? Hit Lux. So our clicks should be anywhere in this vicinity, right? Where is our click here? And then when we're like, oh, but look, she's gonna try to get a minion soon. We're like, okay, let's just QW here when she could have dodged it. Look, the melee is dying. Ah, she got the melee. Look, the melee is dying. Ah, she got the melee. See how your timing is also off?
Hmm.
Yeah, stuff like that is basically what we're looking for. For you to like, so like right now, move forward. So 2, 3 seconds later, move forward. She uses W for no reason. Stuff like that. So essentially, we want as little RNG trades as possible. We want you to consistently move forward to trade, and generally we find that like the goal is punish every wave at least 1 minion. However, you'll find that most of the time you can just get every minion. Yeah. Um. Do you have any questions right now?
Mm,
Man,
wait,
yeah, the later
let me
stuff
just
doesn't
try
really
to.
matter that much.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to process everything if it's really clear.
Yes.
So if I'm correct, right
Mhm.
now I should be focusing on getting like every CS possible, but
Mhm.
to add to stage one, I need to punish at least one minion per wave.
Yeah. So your goals will be for stage one will be 34 CS at 5 minutes, 80 CS
Mhm.
at 10 minutes, and 7 CS a minute. For stage two will be punish 1 minion every wave. Right. If they're in base and they're missing a wave into tower, who cares? You know.
Yeah, yeah. Like I'm not gonna walk to the base and then hit them.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, in essence, they miss a minion, so it counts.
Okay. So for now, just punish one minion. Once I get confident with that, with that I try to increase the
I mean,
number.
honestly, like so like this is the basic goal that's like competency technically. However, try to just punish every main you can. Really try to push
Right.
yourself. And
Okay, but
yeah,
even
go.
if I'm not about to punish, I at least make it look like I'm gonna punish,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
which I achieve by facing towards them.
Yeah, clicking forward. At least like so basically you want to make sure that you get to a point where you can recognize the timings, and if you're not going to trade, make a conscious decision not to go for it.
Okay. Yeah.
Because like there were a lot of times where you click back, and if I ask you why did you do that, you're like, I don't fucking know, man. But like we want to get to a level where if you click back, you can tell me, oh, I didn't have Q, so I wanted to make sure I was safe. And like, oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. This is like okay. I think this is gonna like really speed up the process because now I actually know what I'm looking for.
Okay, good.
So
Something you can use is the five death system. Um, Introduce it to Elodera as well. Um, Basically the first three deaths. So like deaths are limits test. I always say limit test deaths. However, like newer players don't get this, and like a lot of higher MR players, especially EU West, get this easily. So I'm not sure how clear this is to you, but essentially, you're just gonna try to do everything. You're really gonna push yourself, and you might die.
okay.
You might fuck up. It doesn't matter if you fuck up. You're just gonna push yourself, and you're gonna play at the best level you can possibly do. You're gonna try to CS every main you get. Try to punish every main you can do. You know, if you see a solo kill, get that fucking solo kill. Outplay the jungle. You know, these are the deaths where you can push yourself.
Yeah.
Once you hit three deaths, so like 3 to 5 deaths, are safety deaths basically. So when you hit three deaths, from that point on, you're gonna play in the following way. You're gonna think of every possible dumb way you could die, and you're gonna prevent that. So is your tower down and you're gonna try to do raptors? Don't don't face check the bush. There might be four people in there. You're gonna die. Don't randomly walk to dragon. If you're in a side lane, don't perma push and get killed by a Rengar jumping on you. You know, that
Yeah.
type of stuff. So like think of cheesy dumb ways where you can die and prevent those. Use safe routes. Use wards. Use your Q. Blah blah blah. Yeah. And again, you don't need to be a superhero. You don't need to save the game. You don't need to be the guy that wins your team the game. You're so good. You can just be someone who's stable and waits for the enemies to fuck up. Hitler likes to call this the anime supervillain playstyle, where the only thing you do is just sit back and wait for your opponent to fuck up, and then you just punish them when they do, because it's
Yeah.
so frustrating for your opponents.
Because they don't know what to do, they just push themselves like, oh shit, and
Yeah.
then they just
No,
fuck
no,
up.
it's
Yeah.
it's
Every
actually
time.
funny. It's actually funny, by the way. Like if you play like that, it's so funny. You'll like if you just never give them a chance to go on you, or you never like do something, they will get so frustrated and so angry that they'll randomly just flash on you just for no reason, and then you
Oh
just
yeah.
kill them for free. It's so funny.
Okay.
So yeah, you can just sit back and wait, and relax. If you have any issues with this, just message me. There are a lot of like minor things that go into this that you'll probably find out in your like when you're trying to get to the point where you can do all this consistently. A lot of stuff like wave manipulation, making sure that the waves on your side of the map a lot of the times, like stuff like pockets, blah 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 blah, a lot of things. But you'll
Mhm.
find a lot of that stuff out. Do you have any other questions right now?
I don't think no. Like I should still keep the wave on my side for the most
Yes.
part, right? Like
Yeah,
holding a wave
basically
is
no rules.
bread and
Like
butter.
everything that was true for stage one is still true,
Yeah.
but now there are extra reasons why it's true.
Gotcha. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
just. I'm